honor the relationship. So that's why we're here, right? Keep that in mind today. Keep that in your thoughts while we're doing this. Okay, go ahead.
Find out in September. Oh, that's hard.
Okay, so today is something that I had dreamt of. And it's important because the water is so important, right? Like we need the water in order to survive here on Earth. And what I dreamt of was the spirits in the water. You know, they're calling for our attention. And this river here is the one that I dreamt about. Even though, you know, they said the water is cleaner than it was 20 years ago.
People were asking.
It could still
They're at
be
the
better.
Odyssey. I'll leave a bunch there.
If you look up the river, there's a factory. There's a steel plant. And then right there, there's a big boat in that river. And who knows what people are carrying in these boats? Who knows what can be dumped into the rivers and the lakes? And, you know, I was on the Mother Earth water walk. I went out to
Where did you get bubble gum?
And it was the most spiritual walk that I've ever been on.
Where did you
in this
get
physical
that
realm, I
bubble
should
gum?
say.
Oh, I have no more.
I just want
And
to know.
what that walk was about was to raise consciousness about how we treat the water. And
Wait, I can't
it's
see
important to me
anything.
because I have
I don't see the
nieces
one
and
with the
nephews,
speaker.
many nieces and nephews that walk this earth. And I know someday that I'm going to have children,
Stop moving
and
because we're
they're going to
filming
have
you.
children. And I want to leave clean drinking water. I want to leave lakes that are clean and safe for them to swim and to play in.
Where's my
And
hat?
if we don't have that, then how are they going to survive? And it goes beyond just our children. It goes beyond the plant life, everything that's living here on Earth. They need this water too. It's not just us. And with the animals, they drink that water too. And if that water is contaminated, then that's going to get the animals sick. And we need the animals too. Like like the deer and the moose, you know, they go drink the water. And what happens when our future generations, they go and hunt and they eat that moose that's sick? What's going to happen to them? And I printed out, I did my research on, I guess, protected lakes. And I did, I printed them out. And I had my friend Hillary hand them out for me. And on this list, it's only in Ontario, there are 69 lakes that are protected. But there's so much more on that list that is unprotected. And those are the lakes that we need to fight for. Those are the lakes that we need to stand in line and pray for, because they are sick. Even the protected lakes, you know, all water is connected. And we need to stand up for that water. Okay, bonjour, Miss Bonago Queen de Cause in the Indo Down. My community is commencing in J28 Sault Ste Marie. I wasn't going to say anything today, I'm just going to walk report, but I started archiving the Mother Earth Water Walk from 2011, and I started thinking about all our grandmothers who did that walk and how they never gave up, and they walked from all 4 salt waters, carrying that water to Lake Superior. and they never tired out, and they were grandmothers. So with all of our youth and the I Don't Know More movement, I know this is really going to go far, and we're not going to stop until something changes. So. Dean and Barbet. Dean and Barbet. Oh, Dean's eating right now. Okay, before these guys start, I do have one more thing to I guess. Yeah, I guess it's pretty much. So I posted a song on the event page, and I was hoping everybody would be able to sing it with us while we're down the water, and it's very simple. So I guess I'll sing a little bit of it. We love you, we respect you, and we thank you. So that's what that song means, and I'm hoping that everybody could help us sing it down near the water when we're ready to go. Sounds good.
Ho, ho, ho.
Bonjour. Miss Cosin a Quer Dishnakaz, Ajajak Dodem, Mouting Donjaba. Request to everyone for coming out today to demonstrate who we are, to stand up for our rights, also to get that message out there about protecting Mother Earth, protecting our water, and to respect our rights and to pass that along so that our children and our children's children for 7 generations and more, so that there will be fresh water and fresh air, clean environments. This is very important work that we do. And we could be a couple more hundred strong, but you know, our beliefs are whoever is here today is meant to be here. And whatever is in your heart, that's very powerful, and put that out there. All our prayers, you know, believe in them and put them out there. A lot of good things can happen. One of the main messages that I've been trying to pass along is to put a prayer out there for all those government and all those big corporations that make decisions that affect us. Pray for them. Ask that they can have a change of heart and understand. Like Mitch was saying, and many, many people have said, like, we can't breathe smog, we can't eat money, and we can't drink oil. We got to protect what we have. And today we're at a very fast time. Everything's happening fast. So it makes it even more urgent for us to stand up, because technology is very rapid. It can be a very useful tool as well, but you know that dark side can take over, and we have to stand up. And I consider all of us, I don't know more, warriors, each and every one of us, and even the ones that are at home, like, you know, I know everybody has that in their heart, like all Anishinaabe people and many other nations, that, you know, we want good life for our children, and we want, and of course we need water and we need air, and water is also a transmitter of spirits. And I have this little bowl here, a copper bowl, and that's the way of our Anishinaabe people, to have that copper bowl. And also that fire there, shkure, have that balance. The water, the women are the keepers of the water, and that's our responsibility to pray for the water. But also we need the men to be here with us, to support us. And miigwech to all the men that are here, because it's working together that we can, you know, make sure that everything is taken care of. And I'm very honored to have been asked to help with the water ceremony today. Miigwech.
bonjour. Bonjour. Oh, come on, I'm going to go to Goyak, it's the Disney cars. Got you on Donji, get back to them.
Okay.
Watche. Tanse. Ani.
Sego.
Sego. Segoli.
Yate.
Yate. You know, there's been some really beautiful, wonderful things that have happened in the last couple of months. Then, you guys, you need a round of applause for all of the work that the politics of Snobbeck have been doing.
We're all wearing these, but nobody's saying anything about it.
Yes.
But it should
This
be.
is a perfect
Go for the
storm.
best, I guess.
We have Chief Spence. Let's give her a round of applause. Chief Spence helped awaken us. I don't know more. And the chiefs across Canada. If you can find it in your heart to give them a round of applause. You know, all of these three groups of people, they all add up to the Anishinaabe Nation. All of us. Just like that flag we flew over there today. That flag needs to be right up here, front and center, on the top. Oh! You need to understand, if there's any Canadian taxpayers out here, you need to understand, we're tired of paying the most tax in Canada. First Nations people pay the biggest tax. We had and still have all of the resources, all of the energy, everything is ours. We pay 50% of that to the visitors here. We give them 50% of that. We pay 50% tax. On top of that, they force us to pay other taxes. So why do we pay double taxes to a foreign government? That's got to stop. What I'm talking about is what we reserved as our jurisdiction as the original people of these lands. When the Canadian Taxpayers Federation say, I'm tired of having all my tax money going to the First Nations people, while your taxpayers' money isn't going to us.
Yeah!
The money from our lands and our resources is barely trickling back to our people. That is not taxpayers' money, that's our share of the revenues from our resources. Get it right, Canada. How many of you out here celebrate July 1st, Canada Day? Boo! You know what happened on that day? That was the worst day in our history. The worst day of First Nations people in Canada. You know what happened that day? In 1867, Canada's first Prime Minister stood up and he said, I'm going to look after Indians and lands reserved for Indians under Section 9124 of the British North American Act. That was a sad day in our history. Say boo! Boo! You know what happened that day?
What?
We lost nothing. We didn't lose anything. That visiting government came in here and said, I'm going to extinguish Aboriginal rights, Aboriginal sovereignty. First Nations jurisdiction is gone. Well, they can't put that on without our consent. And we don't consent to that foreign government imposing, extinguishing our way of life. We will not. And you know what else that 9124 means? The first Prime Minister of Canada said, Anishinaabe, don't worry. I'm going to look after the land. I'm going to look after the water. I'm going to look after the air. Trust me. Trust me is what they said. They're our trustees. They imposed that on us without our consent. And they said, oh, by the way, if you try to have a say, and if you try to do anything with the land, with the water, with the air, we'll kill you. We'll put you in jails. We'll make sure that your voice is silenced because we need all these resources to make ourselves rich, and who cares about what Mother Earth needs? That's what the first Canadian government did in 1867. They told us that we would not have a voice anymore. And that is wrong. Shame on Canada!
Shame on Canada!
July 1st, 1867. That's a terrible day in our history, but we're going to make our history tell the truth. We're going to tell them what really happened because we didn't put our fire out on July 1st, 1867. We're still here. The Indian problem is not going away. We're going to get stronger. Everybody, you deserve a round of applause for still being here. Let's hear it. We need to tell the Canadians that we had an expectation. Your first Prime Minister, just like this Stephen Harper Prime Minister, he promised to look after the land. He promised to look after the water. He failed miserably with these imposed legislation mechanisms. They're going to try and ruin our Mother the Earth, and we're all going to suffer. Not just Nishnawbek, but everybody around the world are going to suffer because of the short-sightedness of this Canadian Conservative government. And we need to tell Canadians, get that guy out of your parliament because I don't believe, and you tell me that he does not represent your values, your morals, your ethics. You call Ryan Hayes and Sault Ste. Marie. You call Stephen Harper and you tell him, you better repeal section 45 or C-45. No more C-45. No more C-45.
No more C-45! No more C-45! No more C-45!
We won't put up with it anymore. We came here today, and I intentionally stood up here today because I'm tired of that visiting government who believe they have jurisdiction here, asserting their jurisdiction and their muscle. This is not a legal government. They impose that on us. They do not have the right to tell us what to do on our land. And when they said, we have to stand down there, we're not allowed up here, I said, well, watch me. I'm going up there. And that's where we are. We go where we want to go on our land. Our form of government was never extinguished. You have to believe that. You can't get that from Canada. Our rights, our government systems don't come from Canada. They come from you. So tonight, folks, if you want to hear more of the truth about the history here, come on down to Algoma University. Come on down there, and we'll tell you the truth about this land. If Harper won't tell you the truth about this land, we will. We all will. We'll all stand up together, and we'll idle no more. Miigwech. I guess we're going to go in and sing a song for the mayor.
Oh, yeah!
Really? Really? Yeah, Joanna, come on.
This is exciting. Because we're going to sing a song inside.
Why?
Because they want to hear our beautiful music. I know.